Hi, you're about to watch an unboxing video of the Deluxe edition. This was ordered directly from bobdylan.com, so it features the bonus of a publicity poster, a repro of a publicity poster of the self-portrait album. You'll see that in a minute. Minimal packaging, but in a good way. Just a little bit of paper to protect the stuff, but not anything excessive and not anything that isn't recyclable. So far, so good. Not pleased with UPS, though. They left the package at my door, assuming someone would be there, which was very thoughtless. Another reason I don't use them. This has included a little thank you card, and I'll probably mention to my Play Direct, people who shipped it, why I don't use UPS and why I was not impressed. Anyway, that should be another video. But this is the bonus, the poster, which was put into a rather large box, so nothing was crumpled. You'll see it's decent card stock. We'll have a nice shot of it on the ground there. You can see what it looks like. It's perfect for framing. Looks really, really nice. And here's the main package, the one that most people are ordering. If they're getting the deluxe, that is, off Amazon or what have you, this is what it would look like. And again, some decent amount of packaging there, keeping it secure. The box is identical in size, by the way, to the deluxe edition of Volume 8, Telltale Signs, the one that featured the book of 45 sleeves and bonus disc number 3. I shouldn't call it a bonus disc because we are paying for it. It should be the featured disc. Anyway, so this edition has 4 CDs. There's the 2 discs that you would get in the regular edition, and then you have the complete Isle of Wight, which is Volume 3, and then you have the remastered edition of Self-Portrait. And here we are about to take it out of the shrink wrap, but we're going to give you a couple of seconds to look at this a little longer. Now, as I mentioned, it's identical in size to Volume 8, and they've done a few things a little differently, though. You'll notice when you open this up, there's the logo, 1970s CBS logo, which might be a little nostalgic for people who bought Self-Portrait when it first came out. It'll be the same kind of design. Now we're going to look at the main part. There are 2 books, but we'll get to the books later. For me, it's all about the music, ultimately. So speaking of music, here's a little card to let you know that there's going to be more money to spend. The complete album collection, which features 2 discs of B-sides, presumably things like George Jackson and all that, will finally be available on CD. And speaking of music, here's what it's all about. The music, discs 1 and 2, which are the main part of another Self-Portrait. That's the unreleased material from Self-Portrait and New Morning, things like alternate takes, different mixes, including mixes with horns, where they wipe those before the release. And these are surrounded by what looks like, to me, old 45 picture sleeve designs. And this is the Isle of Wight disc. What they did here was they put the logo trademark of equality, a little tribute, I guess, to the bootleggers, who were notorious for putting out a lot of the Dylan stuff, trademark of quality. Of course, Isle of Wight was bootlegged to death. And then you have the remastered edition with the old CBS logo from 1970, again, era appropriate. This is eye candy. I enjoy this. Is always neat when I see this. This is session pages, session logs, so you find out, that a bass was recorded on track 1 and a piano was on track 2 or what have you. That's the front of that same book. Now we're looking at the pictures and the articles in the front. So you've got a couple of essays in there. You've obviously got information about the sessions, some pictures from some 45 sleeves. You've also got some newspaper clippings that you just saw. A lot of great shots, including a lot of them with Johnny Cash. A lot of session photos as well. You'll see some pictures of Bob Johnston. This is something else I enjoy looking at, which is pictures of tape boxes and track listings. Sometimes you get an idea of what could have been released. Maybe there was a different track listing for an album before it was finally issued, and you sort of get a sense of what could have been. There's the detailed notes about the tracks and some notes about the Isle of Wight. That's a great picture of Dylan on stage at Isle of Wight. There's the repro of the liner notes from the Self-Portrait gatefold. You don't have all the gatefold art in there, but I guess we'll make do. And now we go back to the CDs at the very back of the book. I just thought it was more interesting to look at the CDs first because that's, again, the main feature. And here's the second book. This features more photographs It features more notes, essays, if you will, and also some picture sleeves as well in that. And again, a lot of great pictures of him in Woodstock with doggies and chickens and the whole thing. Also pictures, of course, in the studio. There's, of course, a couple of pictures of him with Bob Johnson, who was the original producer of Self-Portrait, and apparently had a falling out with the Byrds when they fired him from producing one of their albums. And as a result, when Dylan asked them to record on this album, it didn't happen, apparently, because Johnston made a point of not telling the Byrds when and where Dylan was recording, so they couldn't be there. It makes you think what could have been. Seeing how Self-Portrait was received, maybe that was a good thing for the Byrds, but who knows. And here we have some more clippings, photographs from the era, some advertising, some more sleeves from around the world. Those are kind of neat to look at. An EP of Isle of Wight, never saw that before. That's from Sony Japan. Some great pictures of Bob Dylan around Greenwich Village in 1969, 1970 or so. Was this package worth it? Absolutely. Really enjoyed all the music. They did a great job with this. Well done, Columbia Legacy. Looking forward to more of these. And thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed this.